Hello everybody, Michael here for Tactica Imperialis with a Horus Heresy video. It has been a long time since I did a Horus Heresy video. Unfortunately I still don't have any extra knowledge to start the series up again, but I do have something I do want to talk about, and that is the Primarchs. Now there were 20 Space Marine Legions and 20 Space Marine Primarchs to go with them. And today I want to talk about each Primarch briefly, where they were from, which legion they led, and what happened to them in the end. Of course, if I had enough information, I'd do the story of each of them, but that would make this video very long. Sad to say. So, the Primarchs were created on Luna by the Emperor, with forbidden science and arcane lore derived from the warp, supposedly. However, at the end of the process, they were spirited away by the gods of chaos, and there is speculation that they were tampered with by the gods of chaos during this transportation. They were scattered across the galaxy, far and wide away from the Emperor, but he could sense that they were alive. And he used the DNA from these Primarchs that he'd taken already to create the Space Marines. Each Primarch had one legion, 20 legions, 20 Primarchs. The worlds they landed on moulded each Primarch. Many of them rose to the top, to power, to rule, to lead, or to help the population, depending on their character. And when he found them, the Emperor was generally pretty happy with them. The first Primarch to be found was Horus, who became the Emperor's favourite. Don't know why, well, I do. Then there was Rus, Manus, Fulgrim, Vulcan, Dawn, the Ultra Smurf, Robert Guilliman, Magnus, Sanguinius, Lionel Johnson, Perturabo, Mortarion, Lorgar, Jagtai Khan, Conrad Kurz, Angron, Korax, and Alpharius Omegon. Now, for anyone who was keeping count, I only said 18. There were two found, one after Rus and one after Korax, that have been deleted from Imperial records. Completely. No mention of them. They're mentioned the odd time in the novel, but they're not mentioned by name, their legion is not mentioned, they're just sort of whispered about, because nobody knows what happened to them. These were Legions 2 and Legion 11. Now, they say there are a lot of conspiracy theories. Some say that they were exterminated by the wolves, because the wolves have got form, or the wolves had form because of this when they went to attack Prospero. Some say they were integrated into the Ultramarines Legion, because the Ultramarines Legion seemed to get explicably larger every time, but nobody knows for sure. Some say they were part Ultramarines, some say they were wiped out by the wolves. We don't know. Maybe it was both, maybe it was neither. We absolutely have no idea. And when the Emperor turned up to find them, some recognised him, somehow, and pledged allegiance on the spot. That was the majority. So Horus, Fulgrim, Ultra Smurf. Sorry, the Ultramarines are the Smurfs to me. Sorry. So if I call Guilliman the Smurf, that's why, because it's easier to write on a piece of paper as well. So Guilliman, Johnson, most of them pledged allegiance pretty much on the spot. Some of them, Rus, Manus, and Vulcan, had to be bested in a contest first. I think Rus's was a drinking contest, although it may have been a fight as well, and the Emperor had to actually beat them in this contest in order to get accepted. Angron outright refused, and so he was just taken away. He said, right, you're coming with me. Angron never quite forgave the Emperor for that, which might explain why he did what he did. So let's go through each legion in numerical order. They're not in order of discovery, they're in some numerical order, probably from the order of which they were created. And let's go through briefly each of their fates, shall we? Legion 1, the Dark Angels, led by Lionel Johnson. I covered in detail the story of the Dark Angels in previous Horus Heresy videos. I'll put the playlist in if you want to go and check it out. And they were based on Caliban, they were loyalists, and Lionel Johnson, after his fight with Luther, is alive, asleep in a chamber in the rock. Why he's there and why nobody's woken him up yet still baffles me. Legion 2, as I said, deleted from all records, nobody knows a thing. Legion 3, Fulgrim, the Emperor's children, the only legion permitted to wear the Aquila. I don't know why. I'm assuming that's just because they name the Emperor's children, but it's a little bit harsh. Based on the world Chemos or Chemos, traitor legion, Fulgrim, after killing Ferrus Manus and nearly killing Guilliman, and after nearly killing Perturabo, became a demon prince of Slaanesh. And where he is now, nobody knows. Legion 4, Perturabo, the Iron Warriors, based on the world of Olympia, which they then went all genocidal Traitor Legion, and Perturabo became a demon prince of Chaos Undivided who rules the demon world of Medrungard, which is rumoured to be the most fortified world, period. So Perturabo, despite the fact that Fulgrim and other traitors tried to kill him, he kind of gave up on the Emperor after realising that they were genocidal idiots. Well done, Fulgrim. And well done, Perturabo. They had a big rivalry with the Imperial Fists, which is detailed in the Iron Cage incident, in which lots of the Imperial Fists died, until the Ultramarines turned up, of course. Legion 5, the White Scars, led by Jagtai Khan, based on the word of Mundus Planus by Imperial classification, although the locals know it as Chogoris. Not a lot is known about Khan. Literally, the background about him is very, very limited. Most of it is just by White Scar writings. Apparently, he basically took the world into the New Age. And he's currently, his status is unknown. He disappeared in the webway and is assumed dead, because that was quite an unstable region of warp space as well. So, missing, assumed dead, Jagtai Khan. Legion 6, the Space Wolves, Leman Russ. Based on the word of Fenris, as we know, Loyalist Legion, and Russ is also missing. He went into the Eye of Terror. Now, the story goes that a while after the heresy, Russ was having a feast with the wolves, as they do, and he got up, made a speech, and said, "I will see you at the end of all things, for the final battle, for the wolf time." And then he left. Some say he's gone searching for the Tree of Life, which will heal the Emperor, supposedly. Apparently that's in the Eye of Terror, and that's where apparently he went. Is he still alive? Don't know. Will he ever get back? Don't know. Shame. But I do like Russ, and I hope he does make it back eventually. Legion 7, the Imperial Fists, Rogel Dawn. Some say Dawn was born on the world of Inuit, which is an ice planet. Sounds like Inuit, what do you expect? Although the official homeworld of the Imperial Fists is Terra, although they're actually a spacebound chapter Legion thingy. They're also obviously loyalist, and Dawn is believed to have died in a Black Crusade, assaulting a Despoiler class flagship. His hand is preserved in amber, and his sword, the Dawn's Blade, is contested every 100 years or so by all Imperial Fist successor chapters, including the Imperial Fist themselves, at the Feast of Blades. So Dawn is dead. That's the first one we've had that's dead. 8. Night Lords, Conrad Kurz, Night Haunter. I love this guy. Well, I do and I don't. I love the guy because he looks awesome, but he's kind of an asshole. Based on the word of Nostramo, traitor, blew his own world up actually, not sure how. And he's dead, assassinated by Kalidas assassin Mshen. Now, whilst he pledged allegiance to the Emperor, the story goes that Kurz was greeted by the Emperor, who said, "Conrad Kurz, I am your father, and I have come to take you home." To which Kurz replied, "My name is Night Haunter, and you are not my father." He still pledged allegiance, for some reason, but he never really respected the Emperor all that much, and he preferred the name Night Haunter, which is why the Night Lords love their terror tactics. A bit of an anti-hero Legion as well. Don't really fight for Chaos, don't fight for the Imperium. Legion 9, the Blood Angels, Sanguinius. Homeworld Baal, Loyalist Legion, and of course Sanguinius, poor Sanguinius, was killed on the Vengeful Spirit battle barge by Horus. It is said that the chink in Horus's armour exploited by the Emperor was made by Sanguinius, so at least he did something right. And apparently the death scene is played to all Blood Angels who then suffer the Black Rage, which is unfortunate. Legion 10, the Iron Hands. Don't get mixed up with the Iron Warriors. Iron Hands, Ferrus Manus, based on the word of Medusa. Perhaps explains why Manus was nicknamed the Gorgon. Somebody see a link here? Loyalist Legion, and Manus was killed on Istvan 5 by Fulgrim. His head was then offered to Horus as a trophy. For some reason. I mean, come on, we're 30,000 years in the future. I think we've got over offering heads to people. Haven't we? Haven't we? So, Sanguinius... can't read, going back too far. So yeah, Manus assassinated, killed, beheaded by Fulgrim. So Fulgrim has a bit of a record with killing Primarchs, or nearly killing Primarchs. Legion 11, as I mentioned earlier, deleted from all Imperial records. Assumedly, maybe killed by the Space Wolves and then survivors integrated into the Ultramarines. Maybe. Legion 12, the World Eaters, Angron. Based on the world of Nuceria is how I'm going to pronounce it. Nuceria. I'm going to call it Nuceria, but it could be Nutheria, Nuceria. I'm going to say with Nuceria. And of course they're a traitor legion, and Angron is now a demon prince of Khorne. One notable engagement is when he attacked Armageddon in the First War of Armageddon and lost. Banished by a lot of Grey Knights and Space Wolves, including Logan Grimnar. Logan Grimnar was there. Very young, but he was there. So Angron, former slave, former gladiator, taken away by the Emperor, abducted by the Emperor, which really paid him off, and went traitor. I think Khorne and Horus just played him one, really. Legion 13, the Ultramarines. Robert Guilliman wrote the Codex Astartes, obviously. Based on Macragge in the Ultramar system. Loyalist Legion, and the Smurf is currently in stasis. Poisoned by Fulgrim, and he's in stasis on Macragge. There is a rumour that he's healing, slowly, although some dispute this. Some cynical people, myself included, dispute this. I'd like to see Guilliman back, because we need a tactician in the Imperium, but Ultramarines. Yeah, I'm sorry, I just don't like the Ultramarines for some reason. I'm going to hold my hand up and say it. Legion 14, Mortarion and the Death Guard, based on the world of Barbarous. Traitor Legion, and Mortarion is now a demon prince of Nurgle, who is in charge of the Plague Planet. Obviously, Nurgle, Plague. Great imagination there. Mortarion was the Grim Reaper aspect. He breathed poison, and he had a whopping great scythe. If you've seen the Horus Heresy Primarch range, which I might put a link to in the description, Mortarion has a whack-ass scythe. That thing is huge. Legion 15, Magnus the Red, the Thousand Sons. And again, I have covered the Thousand Sons before. I didn't quite cover all of their heresy stuff because I don't have all the information. But if you want to go and check it out, it's in one of my popular videos, actually. I'm really glad about that. And it'll be in the Horus Heresy Players, which, again, there will be a link in the description. They're, of course, a traitor legion. It is said that Magnus actually screwed up the Emperor's Webway project because he tried to get the message about Horus to the Emperor. Oops. And he is now a demon prince of Zench, who rules the planet of the sorcerers, and basically wants to watch the galaxy burn. Because he hates the wolves, he hates the Imperium, he hates just about everything. Let the galaxy burn. Such an iconic line. Legion 16, Horus, the Lunar Wolves, then known as the Sons of Horus, now known as the Black Legion. Based on the world of Chthoniya, and they're of course a traitor legion. Abaddon, part of the Mornival, including Garviel Locum, which is where the first 3 books are taken from the perspective of. And, of course, we know Horus is dead, killed by the Emperor on the Vengeful Spirit, which ended the Siege of Terra. Legion 17, Lorgar. Oh, actually, I want to back up. Horus was nearly resurrected. Some people in the Black Legion, or the Sons of Horus as it was still known, tried to create a clone of Horus, or a series of clones of Horus. Abaddon got miffed, wrecked the whole place, burned Horus's body, and dubbed them the Black Legion for their shame. So now you know. Legion 17, the Word Bearers, led by Lorgar, based off the world of Colchis, and they're of course a traitor legion who got slapped by Guilliman, which is why I don't like Guilliman. Highly zealotic, former worshippers of the Emperor, now worshippers of the ruinous powers. Lorgar became a demon prince of Chaos Undivided, who now rules the demon world, or the shrine demon world almost, of Sicarus, which is where all Dark Apostles are buried, if you're interested. So if you play your Dark Apostle and he dies, he's going to be buried on Sicarus, probably. Legion 18, the Salamanders. Vulcan. Vulcan of Nocturne. He was one of the 3 who had to be bested by the Emperor. I'm not sure what the contest was, though. Sorry. He was a loyalist, and his status is completely unknown, but he has disappeared. It is said that if the Salamanders can find all 7 of his artifacts, he will return. They have currently found 4, I believe, and they've got 3 to find. Nobody knows what they are, where they are, how big they are, anything about them, what they do, at all. Nothing. Legion 19, second to last, Corvus Corax of the Raven Guard. based off the world of Deliverance, which is interesting considering they descend like angels on their jump packs and like their claws and stuff. So Deliverance, it works. They're also loyalist, and Korax's story is kind of tragic. His legion was decimated during the Isfahan 5 massacre, and he tried to replenish using rapid gene seed stuff, rapid gene seed creation and mutation to get it to grow faster. It didn't work. There were serious mutations went wrong with the gene seed, the Marines went wrong, and there was mass genocide of these new Marines. En masse. Korax then hid it in his tower for a year, I believe, then came out and left. He was haggard and he looked really bad, really in a bad way. And he left, leaving one last message: nevermore. What does this mean? Probably don't go messing with gene seed. And he was last seen heading for the Eye of Terror. We don't know what happened to him after that or before that. He may have been ambushed, he may have made it, he may have died since, he may be teaming up with Russ, who knows. But maybe he'll come back one day. And last but not least, certainly but not least, the Alpha Legion, Alfarius Omegon. This is an interesting legion because by quirk, by fate, or by design, Alfarius, who was created, has an identical twin known as Omegon. These two could often interchange places with each other, like at social events. You could have two of them, or one of them, you never knew which it was. And of course they were a traitor legion. Now, the fate of Alfarius and Omegon is unknown. One of them may be dead, killed by Guilliman, but we don't know which. And we don't even know if they actually died, because the reliability of this account is disputed. So maybe Alfarius and Omegon are alive. So technically the Alpha Legion have two Primarchs, although the official one is Alfarius, with his identical twin. And that is the 20 Primarchs. I want to give a shout out to the site Lexicanum, who have all this information there. I might put a link to this page so you can go and get more information, because it goes into more detail about their fates, if you wish, and you can go and read up about each Primarch in detail. I thoroughly recommend you do that. It's a very good site, so there will be a link in the description, I've decided. So thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. Leave a like if you did. Leave any comments down below. What do you reckon? Do you like certain Primarchs? Do you not like certain Primarchs? Tell me why. There will also be a link to the models. If you want to go check out the models and talk about the models, I'm happy to do that. My Twitter and Facebook will also be linked in the description. Make sure to go and check them out if you would. I would really appreciate it. So thank you for watching. My name is Michael, and I will see you again.